Graded stakes racing continues. It's a summer tradition. The Beverly D, a Grade 1 race for fillies and mares on the turf, and it's going to be held at Colonial Downs in 2025. We're going to take a look at the field, give you my thoughts on who may win the Beverly D, but we do have a strong field Saturday, August the 9th. It does include the Secretariat Stakes and the Arlington Million, all at Colonial Downs this year. Our summer updates brought to you by RaceOracle.AI. Make sure to check out their website to learn more. A 6-horse field has been drawn for the Beverly D. Let's take a look at the morning line and the potential runners in this field. We're led by a recent second-place finisher in an allowance race at Colonial Downs. That's Chick Shadow. She can be forwardly placed or a presser in this race. Now, Be Your Best, she may have ran her best race of her career last time out, first in the Gamely Stakes at Santa Anita, came into the stretch with a 6-length lead, ended up overpowering that field, cuts back here to the Beverly D. Now, Beach Bomb may have ran against the best turf filly and mare in the country. She feels pretty last time out. She gave her heck on the front end, ended up running second. Beach Bomb ships in here for the Beverly D. Now, Charlene's Dream won her first graded stakes. That was in the Gallarette Stakes. It was on Pimlico weekend. Charlene's Dream hits hard and is still a little bit of improving type of filly and mare. Spanish Eyes, German bred, should be able to run all day. Stakes placed at Delaware, and Duvet Day, second, closing late at Churchill Downs in a stakes race at Churchill, now goes to Colonial Downs. Of course, the morning line is now out. Chick Shadow at 15-1, Be Your Best at 9-5, Charlene's Dream at 7-2, and Duvet Day 3-1 on the morning line. Overall, a pretty competitive race. I think Be Your Best will be a favorite, although Beach Bomb has been running against good horses. Charlene's Dream in good form currently. We'll come back with the race replays right after this from RaceOracle.AI.
The future of horse racing is here, and it's powered by AI. Meet RaceOracle.AI, the first platform built to outsmart the odds with machine intelligence that processes millions of data points and performance variables. Trained on over 600,000 races and learning from every race it sees, the Race Oracle model evolves constantly to give you sharper picks and smarter bets. With real-time Kelly bet calculations and a user-friendly interface, Race Oracle finds the best value in every race. RaceOracle.AI, the edge you've been waiting for.
Let's check out the race replays. Chick Shadow out of the one-post position. Here she is running second in an allowance race. That was at Colonial Downs. Now she's got to try to face better horses here in the Beverly D. She gets a good trip. I think overall the pace will be average here in the Beverly D. Now, Be Your Best was first in the Gamely Stakes at Santa Anita. Busted open the lead coming into the stretch. Powerful strides halfway down the stretch, then kind of coasted in, kind of just put that field to sleep, and one of the better performances of Be Your Best's career in the Santa Anita Gamely Stakes last time out. Now, Beach Bomb, here she is, second to She Feels Pretty at Saratoga. She's on the inside. She's number 7. Yields late. Now, that was a yielding course. Some rain that weekend. I think she probably prefers a firm course overall for Beach Bomb. Let's go back to Gulfstream Park. Beach Bomb winning the Orchid Stakes, had a lead. Then they all started coming at her. She kind of digs in late to win that Orchid Stakes, but a lot of horses coming at her late in that race for Beach Bomb. But that Orchid Stakes came up a little bit tough this year. Some horses out of that race have subsequently won some stakes races. Now, Charlene's Dream, we go to Pimlico weekend, the Gallarette Stakes, Charlene's Dream on the lead. 8-1 that day, big price. Picked up the win, kind of just kept on motoring along on the front end. Nobody really was able to chase her down. Charlene's Dream also did run in a stakes race at Churchill Downs with some other contenders in this race. Charlene's Dream overall, 10 starts, 5 wins, $335,000 in career earnings for the Texas bred. Charlene's Dream. Now, Spanish Eyes, second in a Delaware Stakes race. Not as experienced as some of the other horses, not as much class. 7 starts, 1 win. She does have a forwardly placed running style for Spanish Eyes. And then Duvet Day, we're going to go back to Churchill Downs, a nice stakes race. She really doesn't get involved in the race till late. She ended up closing up for second on the outside in the blue. Duvet Day, second in the Anchorage Stakes at Churchill Downs. So pretty competitive overall when you look at the morning line. Be Your Best. You've got Duvet Day and Charlene's Dream, all possible contenders. Let's take a look at the pace of the race. Again, on the turf, it's more about position and race flow, not so much the fractions, especially if we get a firm turf course. I'm going to go with Chick Shadow and Be Your Best, being near the lead. Overall, I see an average pace. Now, Beach Bomb should get a good trip with the average pace. Charlene's Dream, I think, as well, going to be helped overall. Duvet Day probably against the race flow, being a closer on an average to slow pace. So the pace of the race will be a little bit on the slow side. Small field, it could get bunched up. Now, my top choice in the Beverly D is going to be Beach Bomb. I think she's got the class. I like that last race at Saratoga. Again, she feels pretty. She's got a versatile running style. I think she could be tough here. I'm going to play an exacta with Beach Bomb over Charlene's Dream and Be Your Best. Charlene's Dream always seems to hit hard in these grade 2, grade 3s. This is a grade 1, but a smaller field for Charlene's Dream. Now, my second choice in this race is Be Your Best. I think she's in sharp form. Big race at Santa Anita. Seems to be pointing for this spot here at Colonial Downs for Be Your Best after coming out of that big race in the Gamely Stakes. So an exciting running of the Beverly D. Remember, like and share with your horse racing friends. Leave a comment. Support the channel with a thanks. And we've got more race previews coming up this week. Ellis Park Debutante, Ellis Park Juvenile, the Ellis Park Derby. And remember, the Arlington Million preview is already up. We've got Mystic Dan at 9-2. He's going to try the turf, the Kentucky Derby winner from last year. Runaway Storm at 20-1. Cairo at 7-2. Integration, the favorite, at 8-5. Arlington Million, Saturday, August 9th. Also the Beverly D and the Secretariat Stakes on the turf for 3-year-olds. Should be a good card of racing at Colonial Downs. The Beverly D post positions, Chick Shadow on the inside, Duvet Day on the outside. My top selection in this race is Beach Bomb, shipping in from Saratoga. Who do you like in the Beverly D? Leave a comment. Remember, the Breeders' Cup prospectus comes out Breeders' Cup week. Sign up in the description below to be notified when that comes out. Going to have post position, winners, speed ratings, and the road to the Breeders' Cup this year. So that way you can follow along. And Breeders' Cup coverage continues every Saturday with our juvenile updates, brought to you by RaceOracle.AI. They've handicapped over 600,000 races. They continuously put more races into it, and it learns more about pace, speed, and overall form. RaceOracle.AI. Remember what D. Wayne Lucas always says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.